Hey people, I wanted to take some time to update you on what has been going on with me and the channel. Peoplz and Dragons has gone through vast changes. Not only that, but I've been pulled away from P&D this past month in order to tend to some matters that I had to handle involving my own health as well as my family's health. I assure you my love for this is still very much present, so much so that it upsets me that I was not able to go hard this past month, and it got me thinking about the P&D Patreon. I have mentioned previously that I would be making some changes to the Patreon structure because the current model doesn't fit what I'm doing currently, especially now with Slater on board. More importantly, I'm not able to sustain what I used to be able to do at this current time in my life. And I don't enjoy the feeling of making promises that I can't uphold. And this past month has been the first month where I feel like I really fell behind. Just being transparent here. With that said, I thank all of you from the bottom of my heart who have supported the machine this long, and I hope you found some value in it. I'm removing all of the so-called perks within each tier, and I'm going to revisit it once I have something more appropriate for the way we are running things now. I completely understand if you decide to pull your pledges until we have something more solid, which is why I'm saying this now before the month is over. So if you want to pull out, feel free. Pause. I completely understand, whatever action you take, but I can tell you that it may be a while before I revisit that again. As pledges, it's not on the top of my mind. Our content is what's on the top of my mind. So if you decide to continue to pledge, just know that it helps tremendously and makes it easier to keep operations stable. I am also making an executive decision of placing Village on pause so that I can focus strictly on Gamma Haven for a good while. I want to dive deep into the characters and their development and show everyone what makes Gamma Haven so great. I'm a very spontaneous writer. Sometimes I feel it, sometimes I don't. My schedule is rocky, and so I'm deciding to focus on one universe so that it can grow evenly alongside Cawthane. There are so many new and great characters that I want to build stories around, and I receive so much motivation from the excitement you all have with Gamma Haven. The last topic I wanted to discuss is in regards to community creations. I'm glad that P&D inspires others to build their own universe using the same methods, especially when they point their audience back toward what inspired them. If P&D has inspired you in some way and you wish to share your creation with us, the P&D website will be adding a community contribution page where we will share your piece. I want to build a community out of creative minds. Whether you have artwork that you made for something existing within P&D, or maybe you have your own audio drama, reach out to me so we can share it. As an example, we have a member in our community who does audio work, and he's actually going to be performing as Gamma Haven's official news network, where he and his team will report on events happening in Haven to bring more life into the city, expand on the lore that's being submitted, as well as foreshadow events that are coming up in the episodes whenever he has free time. It's just for fun. I personally enjoy stuff like this, and I'm going to be releasing his first broadcast leading up to the next Gamma Haven episode. That's just an example. Another example is we have another P&D player who has an audio drama that he ignited called Adrenaline, and this too will be featured on the page when it's up. In closing, my goal is to just strip away the pressure that I've been under with my full-time job, and I feel like by breaking away from these obligations that I had in play since the beginning of this all, it kind of frees me up mentally. And those who donate are donating because they support us and enjoy what we are doing. But again, if you were donating for some particular perks, such as the solo series or, all that fancy shit, I would totally understand if you wanted to change your pledge and or just not pledge. I get it. I will get back into my flow with Gamma Haven, and we'll also begin working on more visuals. That's another thing that I really want to work toward. If you see the Patreon goal right now, I mentioned getting back into or not getting back into, but moving toward the visual aspect that I always envisioned for P&D. So that's the thing. So yeah, I want to thank all of you for your patience, support, and understanding. Man, I feel so much better now. Peace and love.